Hello, gentlemen, and welcome to yet another episode of Gentlemen's Club Whiskey. I am the Pontiff of Japanese Whiskey and your Tokyo Godfather here, Mr. Mark Antimate. Today's episode, I'm going to be conducting a review over the White Oak Akashi Single Malt Whiskey. This is something that I bought a very long time ago and only drank maybe twice, possibly 3 times at most, but I do remember being impressed with this one. And I've actually reviewed it for my book, 50 Japanese Whiskeys, one of the 50. But I've never conducted a video over it, I do believe. So I guess it's just about that time to do that. So since I have the book on deck, I might as well read from it and let you guys know what's what. So I'm going to crack this one open real quick. Let me put this one inside the Copita glass. And I'm going to let it sit while I do a reading, an excerpt from my book. Let's have a nice pour, not too generous, but just good enough for a review. Let you guys see what the bottle looks like. It looks like every other white oak and or Akashi label, but this one is colored gray, and it says single malt whiskey on there, whereas it usually might say blended whiskey in most places. And there goes my pour. And this is the box here. I paid 2,916 Japanese yen for this. And USD, just a rough estimate off the top of head, this is probably something like $25. And it comes inside of a 500 milliliter size bottle. And it's 46% ABV, alcohol by volume. Very nice smell on that one. Let's put this down real quick. Let's crack this thing open and I will let you guys know what's up. Give me just a moment here. Flipping pages. Very early on inside the book, as I do have it in alphabetical order. There it is right there. Got the picture on the left-hand side. The writing about it on the right. And down here, these are all the tasting notes. So, this is from the Eigashima Distillery in Akashi City, which opened in 1984. Located in Hyogo Prefecture, just west of and bordering Kobe City, Japan. The original Eigashima Distillery was established to make sake and sochu, but later started producing whiskey. Founding company Eigashima Shuzo Company Limited obtained a license to start producing whiskey back in 1919. Even though it was the first and or one of the first to get the license, I don't think it was distilling whiskey back at that time. So are they indeed the earliest producers of Japanese whiskey? That's a rhetorical question. Having a license and no product doesn't make it so. This non-chill filtered and non-colored whiskey appears to be the distillery's #1 and most significant malt. Website www.tokinosakagura.com says, Akashi No Age Statement Single Malt Whiskey is a blend of 7-year, 5-year, and 4-year-old malts from 3 different types of cask: Spanish cherry oak, American oak, and bourbon oak cask. This is yet another decent and affordable whiskey in Japan. Oh, I actually wrote cherry there. That was a wrong translation. Just noted a mistake inside my book. I meant to write Spanish sherry oak, but you know, the Japanese translation, I'm going to have to fix that real quick. I procured mine from the Mega Don Quixote in Shibuya. Don Quixote is a Japanese discount chain store that sells everything from groceries to electronics, clothes, etc. It is usually open until the early hours of the morning, and some are 24 hours. So we have this open. I believe I'll let this sit long enough. The nose of this one is just a little bit smoky. Hard to get into. Let's have a taste and then the nose will come to me a little bit better. Peat-like smoke on the palate. Rich and smoky finish, a little bit candied. Goes down easy. It is a little bit lingering there. There's something that I'm missing that's... It has a buttery texture to it going down. My mouth feels very lubricated, so to speak. Something on this nose. Very difficult to tell, but there's something on the palate there too. Maybe it was like figs. Definitely a little bit fig-like on the palate. For the price, for a Japanese single malt, 2,900 Japanese yen is a very affordable price, very good, very reasonable for Japan. And who knows how much this would cost outside the country, a lot more. But it's very good for what it is. Something a little bit fruity inside of there. Just can't tell you what that is. A little bit hard to pick up, but too faint for me. Yeah, I like this one very much. You got the fig taste inside of there. And a little bit fruity. Just, if only I could tell you what that is. A little bit like pears. Not so much green apples. But yes, like a pear. The fruits are not so prominent inside this one. Is something that you really have to reach for, and even I couldn't tell you exactly what it is. I'm just taking a shot in the dark with that. But all in all, a very impressive whiskey. I guess you could say it's a little bit complex, being that whatever this note is that I can't find on the nose and on the palate is not an upfront thing. It's something that you really have to reach for, and you have to study it very hard to know what it is. I've only had this about 3 times, and the last time I've had it was probably more than 2 years ago. So, right, I'm going off of old notes, and I'm taking a shot in the dark with that. Completely don't know what it is, but a really good whiskey. Non-chill filtered, non-colored, 46% ABV. I think many people can get behind this one, if you can find it. Like I said, I bought mine in Shibuya. Let's hope that it's still there at that Don Quixote, because I probably bought this about 4 or 5 years ago. Whether they're still selling this one in particular there, who knows. But I thank you guys for watching this quick review over the single malt whiskey Akashi from the White Oak Distillery, formerly known Formerly the White Oak Distillery, now known as the Eigashima Distillery. So, anyway, salute to you wherever you may be outside the world. Make sure that you guys drink responsibly. And as always, gentlemen, you guys know what to do. Keep it classy.